In late 2002, I started to work with stereoscopic photography, using as locales my workplaces, a restaurant and a convenience store. I would use a single camera for them and just move the camera off to the left-hand side just a little bit, just to get that different perspective with a different angle there. Some results were more satisfactory than others. Soon after, I purchased a couple more cameras like from local pawn shops of various sizes and formats. I was wondering if by setting these cameras side by side, if it would allow me to produce stereoscopic footage, a video, that can be viewed through like 3D glasses. I went to Berezin.com and purchased a bar there that allowed me to set the cameras side by side to each other. Now, because the cameras I was working with, they had different apertures and different size lenses, and they were even of a different format. One was high 8, the other one was 8mm. The results were less than spectacular. It occurred to me what I would need to do then is to actually buy a couple cameras of the identical same make and model, and by placing these cameras side by side, they had to be small. The center of the lenses needed to be approximately 2.5 inches apart, like center of our pupils. But the footage actually came out pretty good from that point on. I imported the footage into After Effects, and the nice thing about After Effects is it is a non-linear program that you could adjust the footage one frame at a time, either backward or forward. So by matching up the footage and adjusting the levels on each side of the video, it did make it compatible to be used for 3D glasses, red cyan type. Starting with a Chinese parade in 2004, I utilized every opportunity I had to film. Things like wedding shows, parades, freeway travel, theater protections, anything I could do to explore stereoscopic videography. Now, it's still working with dial-up internet at the time, so I didn't spend too much time on video sites. When I moved south, I got cable broadband and I started looking into my options with it. In Pocatello, I looked into a local cable access television station and set my sights on producing my own television show, albeit only in 2 dimensions, that would allow people to see what I could accomplish through a little bit of creative camera work and editing. That summer, I started asking several musicians that performed week by week if they would want me to film the performance, edit it, and place it on the show. Surprisingly, a whole lot of performers agreed during that summer-long session, and I had made this television show that I showed on the cable station in the year of 2006. Now, I spoke with some of the people who worked at that cable access television station to find out if they had anyone comment on the programs. And they said a couple people did, 2 or 3. And it was at that time that I was thinking to myself, there has to be some other way to get my work out there so that people can see it and comment it, constructively criticize it, and I would actually come up with something actually pretty productive. On January 31st of 2007, I put online my first YouTube account. While I was attending the local university there, it was announced that its yearly Tech Expo was going to be presented. It allowed the school to present different career opportunities as well as interesting scientific displays to catch the interest of mind, young and old alike. So I took my 3D setup at that time and started to film all the displays and the presenters I assumed it would be my first major project. Now, by adding some animation that I made through the freeware program animator, and adding also some royalty-free music and sound effects, it made pretty watchable video that I was proud to put on the channel. Now, I did upload it in anaglyph, red cyan format, and even though the compression looked awful, it was received with good feedback, and a lot of folks liked it. So that same year, I decided to try it again, and I filmed the performances, but this time instead of the public access television station, I would upload the files, the performances to YouTube. So, working with several artists I've worked with before, like Rocky Watson, and some that I was working with the first time, such as Band Gap, I proceeded to record the performances and upload them without procrastination, making sure that each performance that I filmed was up on the net before the next performance happened. A couple of other things that happened in year 2007, such as ISU's Fright Night, that allowed me to get a performance by Aaron Ball and allow him to perform while I had presented clips of the festivities. The nice thing about doing this is that it did give the artists a chance to have performances filmed for them and to place it like on their web pages or their MySpace pages. Not much was done in 2008 due to my schooling, but in 2009 I resumed filming with the farmers market. Now, I was placing up cross-eyed videos on the farmers market day when YouTube came up with the Y230 interface, and it did increase the viewership of those videos I had placed on. Now, one of my second most popular videos happened at that time. However, the first most popular video that I have on YouTube was tutorials that I made dealing with 3D colored glasses video. And all that tutorial was supposed to be was a response to someone asking me a question in one of his messages. But because of the popularity of that video, it made me realize being on YouTube, something that I can accomplish on there, and that is helping to increase knowledge using video work. Now, because of that, it is something that my viewers will be able to see here. Even though I may not do as many videos like with people on it that I used to do, I will be able to place on like videos of these tutorials in order to help people to not only learn, but also help myself to remember how to do the things. And so I must say thank you, YouTube, because it has given me a goal and an objective using your site.